Well, good morning or good afternoon, whenever you see this. However you fucking you see this, bitch. We're getting right into it, y'all. Good morning, honey. Yes, baby. Been up for about 20 minutes. And I really woke up about an hour ago, but baby, I was like, I gotta sleep in a little more, girl. Allergies, girl. The weather's shifting. So, of course, I'm like, girl, let me let my body do what it got to do. Relax, rest, and then get up, bitch, and get the day going. So either way, y'all, I am just, here. And I was like, bitch, first time right now, I was supposed to get on YouTube 2 days ago. But I was like, oh my God. Now, let's just say this. I told y'all this years ago, like, I am a behind the scenes type of girl. Okay? I don't need to be in the forefront. I don't need to be in the spotlight. I don't need to be the main event, the main situation, the main one, the leader. I don't got to be all that. Okay. They said that a great leader knows how to motherfucking follow. And I know how to motherfucking follow. I know how to, keep my mouth where it needs to be. Okay. And keep it pushing. And so y'all, there's been a lot, and I've been telling us for like 5 years. The whole purpose of relocating was to elevate, let things go, let things, die off, whatever. And it's been going. And of course, a lot, y'all, behind the scenes, a lot of things, as far as like putting things together. And there's things that, like I was telling you, it's going to come out. And, we're going to leave that there. Okay. There's a lot of projects that I've been behind, but when this project come out for sure, baby, you're going to know what the project it is. You're going to know who it is and how, also the good shit. Y'all, since 2016, I've been doing things behind the scene. Actually, 2014, 2015. I remember when I went from doing YouTube, videos, just vlogging about, my experience of being a woman of a particular experience. I'm not going to use the word transsexual or transgender no more because that word is so overused, it's so tiring, it's so boring, it's so whack. Everybody uses it now. So we're just going to say a woman of a particular experience. Hello. And so that's what it is. And I used to do a blog, I used to talk about a girl, we'll get on camera, we'll get on video, we do all that stuff. And I just kind of like fall back when jealous asshole silicone putty, jigsaw built, individuals. I'm not, clowning all that. Fuck it. Silicone face ass nigga bitches, thought they were going to come read, girl, they start getting jealous, they start getting handful, they start hitting up niggas, photographers, people. And they were like, So girl, shit happened. And I said, well, let me come back and let me just keep it here. Let me focus on what I need to focus on. So I told y'all, one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube videos on a spiritual, level, and I went from doing just regular conversations to whatever, one of these people who is a male YouTuber, at that time, he had a lot of followers. Right now, I believe he still have a lot of followers. He's actually doing bigger, better things than what he did during that time. But he was under attack, and of course, I wasn't even offering spiritual recall. Well, this person was alleging that someone told him that I know how to do this and that, blah 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 blah. And so I worked with him behind the scenes, taught him a few things, and yeah, let's just say I learned a lot about a lot while doing a lot. Okay. And and of course the rest is history. So yeah, like I said, I'm always doing things behind the scenes. I'm always doing things with people. And like I said, I don't have to get credit for it because I gain credit in the spirit. What you do to others will come back to you. What you do for people will come back to you. What you do for the collective soul consciousness will come back to you. And so I always keep this philosophy. And of course, I just know that things are always going to be where it needs to be and how it needs to be. Because, bitch, my intention is never ill. My intention is never malicious. My intention is never a hate ass situation. My intention is never to stop, block, spiritually block a damn thing or damn person. I want you to elevate. Because, bitch, when you win, I win. Just like that. And so either way, y'all, that's what we've been doing. So, of course, I told y'all, and of course, this is not me going back on my word, and a bitch is just lazy, and she's not doing shit. Trust and I tell you this, a bitch is always doing something. Okay, when it comes to my work ethics, bitch, it's a motherfucking point. And that's one thing I can say about myself. I give myself credit for, baby, is when it comes to getting to what you got to motherfucking get to, and responsibilities and accountabilities that you signed up for, especially when it's contractual, baby, I know how to show up and show the fuck out. And so that's what's been, the hold up, y'all, with a lot of stuff. And I'd be like, hey, I'll be here on Saturday, Sunday. It comes down to priorities. I'm like, well, contractual, I have to do this. I'm not contracted to be on YouTube to, like, I don't have to make certain videos on that stuff. It's kind of like me saying I'm going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, anyway. So with that, y'all, there's two things. Like I said, I will be putting the class up for sure this week. The class, a history about black and white magic, or we're going to say the history about magic, it's done. I will put that up. There's another thing that I'm going to put up as well. I'm not going to take out that. That's going to be a surprise. You'll check out the blog spot. And then, of course, y'all, going into the Midnight Mentors that we recorded, I believe I did when I did that 2-week hiatus, and it ended up almost probably being 3 weeks or maybe 2 weeks and a half. I did like 4 or 5 Midnight Mentors. So I will be slowly, putting those out as well. But you guys, I'm also going to be rebranding, revamping. I think Midnight Metanoia, for a lot of the things that I want to do, Midnight Metanoia is not it's not the how would I say it? It's not the energy that I want to put out there for what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to be revamping that. The first Midnight Metanoia that you see, maybe even the second Midnight Metanoia that you see, is going to be the last 2 episodes of what we currently call Midnight Metanoia. After that, it will be called something else. Going into Two Spirit Mystic as well, y'all. People ask why I never got a website. People ask why I never, put money into twospiritmystic.com. A lot of people use that word Two Spirit Mystic. I do not own the rights or trades, to Two Spirit Mystic. I did tell y'all that there is a business that I do, I actually pay tax on, a EIN on. It is between the process of being LLC and all that good stuff, because baby, it's more of a, private little thing that we do. But the IRS do know about this business. Hello, how you doing? And I thought about coming to YouTube and putting that out as my tea, but I was like, no, we're going to do something different. So we're going to rebrand. Y'all, you know me. I come from the sex working. That's what these people say, because it's not called sex working industry. Maybe sexology, maybe sex therapy. Okay, yes, girl, psychologist. 28 years in the business told me that it's sex therapy. If a man come to you and he's talking to you about his fantasies and fetishes, and you're acting out his fantasies and fetishes for him, that is called sex therapy. So I'm a sex therapist. Okay, that's the working that I did. Even when I was escorting this shit, girl, I was never fucking and sucking for money. Like I said, anybody could come forward, baby. Listen. Anybody come forward, girl, the reward right now, we're willing to offer $5,000. Anybody could come forward and say Persia, Fallon Ferrari, Mystic, Madam, Mia, Morena exclusive, any bitch any image that's attached to me has ever got paid to get fuck or fuck, bitch, come out, we got a $5,000 reward for your ass. Because, bitch, I never fucked for money. Okay, never did and never will, honey. Now, when it comes down to me finding someone exclusively, and if he wants to keep me up, bitch, let him do that. But bitch, me being a prostitute, he's paying me for my time, and during that time, we're having a fuck fest. Excuse my French, bitch, has never happened over here, and that's why I attracted quality and not quantity. A lot of people I know, girl, they had to, dip and dodge and bob and weave, to get their motherfucking bills paid. And they stayed in hotel rooms. They slept in cars. They traveled all around every part of America in hostels and Motel 6s and shit and on credits and people's credit cards and shit. That wasn't my story, babe. Okay, I've been on my own since 17 and a half. I've had a roof over my head since 17 and a half, girl. I have roommates at certain periods of time, but let me knock on wood. Never slept in a hotel, never slept on nobody's motherfucking couch, never stayed in a Motel 6, never had to see clients to make sure my motherfucking rent or my motherfucking hotel was paid for. So, like I said, sex therapy, yes. So that is my nature. Okay. I have the ability to allow people to teach people about their own sexual expression. And when I talk about gender expression, that's a whole nother thing. But your sexual identity is very important. That's why even going into magical practices, you always heard about orgies and all these sexual experiences. And it wasn't because these witches and these warlocks were fucking whores and just easy as people. That has a lot to do with who you are as a person. And this whole modest and, oh, I don't know about this, I don't know about that, that was forced upon people. Your human nature is sex. Okay? It says. Is 6. The number for man is 6. Okay. And mind you, the world was created in 6 days, not 7. On the 7th day, he rested. Can we talk about it? So 6 is your number. Sex is your number. 6 is your number. Can we get into it? Or is that a little too deep for y'all? So that's always been my background. That's always been what I've been able to do. And even while I've been on here, putting myself together and other so-called witches who are, broke and begging, bad credit, bankruptcies on the motherfucking credit report. Can we talk about it? Just for a quick second. Selling books that are not selling. Got albums that are flopping. I ain't calling about out in particular. I'm just saying, whatever we're talking about, you need to walk off that sex industry. Leave that shit behind because you could be doing better. Baby, I have got better. I've sat at tables with people that you wish that you could sit down at with. I've been behind the scenes with people doing house cleanses, doing sanctified situations with that you would love to write music with. You would love to be on their albums, honey. All with receipts too, by the way, because I make everybody sign AT, honey. Baby, you not get me caught up in the bullshit. Okay, hello? And like I said, girl, people trying to talk about NDA, bitch, I make my clients sign an NDA. When you're up there and you doing all that good stuff, girl, and you want to, we got to keep this a secret, and you coming over, well, baby, you got to sign something too. How about that? We got all sign something, bitch. Because, baby, you sit down, and that's the clause of the NDA, y'all. If y'all need an example of that, I can gladly fax it over, email it over, girl. We've been offering NDA since 2017. Can we talk about it? When you up there and you want to pay like that, baby, I got this amount for this and that. I need you for that. Baby, listen. Baby, it says when you sit down and you start talking about a spiritualist that you worked with, oh, girl, you better keep it cute and say a psychic told you, a spiritualist told you. You better not say nothing about no transgender spiritualists, two-spirited spiritualists. Oh, there's a spiritualist out there from Northern California, baby. As soon as you start talking about anything that reveals anything about me, because like I said, I love working behind the scenes. Now I can sit down and talk about what you got going on too. I can sit down and talk about it as well. So that's the clause of my NDA. So I sign your NDA, you sign my NDA, because a bitch is never begging, a bitch is never chasing. Okay, I don't care what you got going on. A bitch definitely like money, a bitch definitely like gifts, but I don't sell out, I don't bend backwards, and I don't act fake for the shit. Okay, y'all seen it on here on motherfucking YouTube. You sit outside of YouTube. Girl, YouTube partnership 2 times, and after that, girl, no thank you. No thank you, girl. I'm not selling out. I gotta watch my tongue, gotta watch what I say, I gotta walk myself. Oh, I want to say bitch, and I can't say that. Girl, you read me down, I want to read you down. Oh, I can't do that. That's so immoral. Bitch, fuck the dumb shit. I'm not a pastor. Okay? I do have my pastoral, tea, honey, but I'm not an active pastor. Can we talk about it? Girl, this is not a sanctified congregation in that sense, where I gotta watch what the hell I say. The fuck? Girl, if I want to call you a raggedy ass bitch, I'm gonna call you raggedy ass bitch. Anyway, so that's what it's come down to for me. I want to revamp. I want to actually reconnect. I want to actually get back into some things. I want to actually come back and introduce you all. And of course, I thought about it because we have Mistress Tantric Lingam or Mistress Tantra Lingam. And then we have the ancient Egyptian magic. And I'm like, yeah, but girl, that's not really me. I know when to present myself when it comes to certain things, but I am not, politically correct. And, today, you guys, we're doing, a girl, what they call it, Princess Diary type of bitch. I'm not that one. Mentality, yes. Energy, yes. But baby, I'm that type of witch that's like, baby, or spiritualist that, baby, this is how you get a man and keep a man. This is how you entice the man legitimately. So where he keeps coming back for more. Okay. Other so-called enchantress, seductress, you know, sex magic spiritualist, girl, they're gonna show you how to get a man by conning him and stealing from him. And you wanna blackmail him in this situation. That's not how I get down, baby. The way that we work that energy over here is that he's going to want to come regardless if you want him to, regardless of if you force it or not. He's going to voluntarily want to come. Bitch, it's all about time. It's all about accuracy and it's all about effectiveness. And that's what we're about, being precise. Okay. And like I said, girl, we could go ahead. We could do a history check on this as well, y'all. We can definitely do a history check up on it. Girl, there's a lot of girls that I've known over the years that I still know to this day who are definitely, manifestors to a degree. They have the ability to manifest the love and attention from a man. Some of them have to, catfish, some of them have to like act like they, got this passport and they've traveled to, these beautiful countries. They got fake ass pictures of them on planes and shit. Some of them had to like go buy their bodies and shit, botched that surgery. And of course, they're attracting the tea. But there's only two women I've seen, two women of a particular, well, we can't say two women. We'll say there's only two. Yeah, we can say two women. Well, one woman of a particular experience and one woman is just a woman. That's of a woman of a woman of a woman. And by the way, she's a plus size woman at that. Can we talk about it for a minute? Who's been able to manifest shit right in front of her. I'm like, okay, these bitches know how to do their tea. Okay. And one of them, she come up on here. And of course, I have the pleasure of calling her my sister. Shout out to her, honey. Girl, mama, listen, the body is not bought. She don't really put too much into what she put too much in. But mama stepped out on the scene. And the milkshake is bringing all the boys to the yard. And damn right, it's better than yours, baby. Let me tell you, you might want to lock your children up older of age, by the way, let's point that out. You might want to lock your sons up over 18. You might want to lock your husbands up. You might want to lock your pool keepers up. You might want to put up the teachers, the cashiers, and all that, girl. But as soon as you walk in that building, baby, they're all bowing down, okay? And she don't think she's a cookie cutter type of girl, and she's really not. But it's all about that energy. When you are a goddess, you don't have to do too much, and you'll get what you need. Can we talk about it? And so even going into this plus size woman, girl, she's actually a woman who can give birth to children if she chooses to do so from the inside out. Let's talk about it because we're not going to say nerdo and sis and all that shit, girl. We're not making up words, girl. We're going to speak the way that you know how to speak. Can we talk about it? Plus size, beautiful skin. I had the pleasure of meeting her last year around November, I believe. And mama literally got, girl, I think I told y'all that story. If I didn't, can we get into it very quickly? Very quickly. We're gonna stay on point right now. Very quickly, can we talk about it? Went into a Walgreens. I think it was Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving, and I'm minding my business. I'm hearing this loud ass voice, but this voice I could tell was a Black woman's voice. So it was very polite, very well spoken, very articulate. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm minding my business on the phone with my mom. And of course, this person is talking and they're telling this other person, I don't know where to find blah, 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 which I believe was the worker. I didn't look up to see because I mind my business, girl. Okay. Hello. But either way, I'm on the phone with my mom. And of course, the lady looks at me and how she got my attention was, I like your hair. I don't want to be offensive, but is this a wig or is this your actual hair? So of course I get because I'm like, bitch, it's on my head. It's my motherfucking hair. Yes, it is, bitch. Because clearly I know her hair wasn't her hair. Not cutting in, girl. I'm telling y'all from the first, perspective, the first experience we had. And I'm like, girl, I can tell your hair is not yours and I care. So it's a curly synthetic. And she's like, oh, I don't put nobody else's hair on my head. So I'm a rock synthetic. I'm like, well, listen, what you put on your hair get into your pores anyway. So I'd rather have somebody else's human hair on my motherfucking head to get in my pores than to have that plastic synthetic ass shit getting into my motherfucking pores and being forever motherfucking chemicals in my body. Hello? Can we talk about it? If that's the case, girl, let's put on a bonnet and it's not wearing no motherfucking hair. Hello? And so either way, mama's just talking. And then she's like, can I ask you something? Do you do work or something? And I was like, excuse me? She's like, do you do work or something? And I was like, why? What made you ask that? You know, I tried to play it off. And I was like, why? What made you ask that? And she's like, well, you know, I also do work, but just something about you is different. Are you from here? And I was like, no, I'm from Northern California. She was like, oh my God, I am too. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I'm from the Central Valley. And she said, okay, I'm from San Fran. And I said, oh, really? You look like a San Francisco type of girl. And she was like, excuse me? And I was like, yeah, you give me a San Fran. So of course I'm thinking about this other girl over here that be up on YouTube, girl, that be talking about, you know, whatever she be talking about, girl. She was cute in the beginning. Now she boring as fuck, girl. You know, she's a transvestite drag queen now, girl. Back in the day, girl, she won for that. Now she won. You know, a couple of years ago, she looked like a beautiful ass lesbian. Now she giving drag queen Diana Ross and the Supremes or Diana Ross and the Kadeems. Girl, she giving a whole bunch of shit right now. Bean dip, 7-layer bean dip. Whatever she got going on, that's her business. Okay, hello. I'm just saying. So I was like, maybe this is her relative or something. So then I started thinking to myself, like, maybe she knows, you know, the venereal transitional kinetic energy tea. If you catch it, you catch it. You don't, you don't, baby. We're going too fast for this. Hello, let's get into it. And so either way, I'm like, okay. So she was like, this guy come in, and I guess she had to show me up and say, I'm going to show this bitch that I'm a witch. She said, excuse me. It was a Mexican guy. It was a black woman. Beautiful skin, by the way. Black woman, heavy-set girl. Like I said, this is probably the healthiest heavy-set woman I've ever seen. All these other heavy-set people I be looking at, girl, they be... Listen, I'm not going to get into that. But girl, mama's really glowing. Girl, naturally, too. It was not oily, greasy skin. This is her skin glowing, honey. Could we talk about it? And so the guy come in Hispanic. He had on a construction outfit. And she said, excuse me, I need some money to pay for my products here. And it was like toilet paper and something else. And the guy was like, I don't know where I'm gonna get the money from or something like this. And she's like, oh, there's an ATM right here. And he was like, okay, so he's talking to the front store. I mean, so we're still talking. And I don't know, they told him that this machine was going to be like a $6.50 fee or whatever it was. And he was like, no, thank you. So he leaves out. And I'm like, oh shit, daddy ain't giving her this money. Girl, daddy about to leave and not fucking come back. Y'all, we talking for like 10 or 15 minutes about everything under the sun. And she had this doctor and blah, 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 blah. And this doctor was this and that. And she, you know, was trying to heal her womb and blah, 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 blah. And this and that. And girl, we just comparing and contrasting. So mama wasn't clocking the tea. You know, mama's talking about, you know, this and that. And do I have any kids? No, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, mama's tapped in, but she's not that tapped in because Spirit would have told her what it was. That I'm a woman of a particular experience. You get what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, well, she not really tapped in like that. So that's whatever. So I'm going to play in her face. So I was like, no, I don't got kids, but I do plan on getting, you know, having children, you know, very, very soon and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, really? I don't want you to tell. So anyway, y'all, this guy come in within 10 minutes of us finishing this conversation because I was actually going to leave on this lady. And she's like, oh, I had to stop you. Oh my God, no, we need to exchange numbers. Anyway, the guy come in, y'all, and she's like, you have my money? And I kid you not, it gave me a flashback when somebody was like, there's a scene of a movie where the lady gave a one line, like a punchline. And I should say, she's like, you have my money? Just like that. And the man was like, yeah, hold on. He opens up his wallet. And y'all, I don't remember if it was $200 or it was $500, but it was more. It was a set of money. It was like more than $100 bill. He gave her the money, and she's like, "Thank you. I could really use this." And he's like, "No problem." And he walked around and did his thing. Now, y'all, I gagged because I'm like, "Wait a minute. Do you know him?" And she was like, no, but I told you I also do workings and stuff. And I was like, oh shit, y'all. Like that blew my mind, y'all. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. So two people who I've seen in person who can work magic the way that, these so-called enchantress and glamour witches we talk about they could work. And they're not doing panty spells. They're not doing motherfucking spells to lock in a man by boiling panties, giving them that period blood and all that, girl. They're pulling that energy just by being them. There's only two women I've had the pleasure of seeing do that my whole motherfucking life. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? In person, honey, instantly. Girl, even somebody was off motherfucking airplane, girl, looking like a looker. And girl, somebody was already trying to put them in a corner and shit. What's your name? What your name is, shorty? I said, see, for me, I like to cover myself up. I like to, appear to be modest because I like men of a particular type of status. I like businessmen. I like men that's gonna, and of course, I'm not saying this as a cut into anybody out there. I just like men who have things to lose. That whole, if you're out on a corner, if I saw you at a random grocery store, I don't know what you got going on. I'm not, hooking in and lacking in on that, connecting on that energy. Now, if you see me dressed up like a nun, you see me dressed down with sweatpants on and tank top on, no makeup on, wig ain't really calm, and you trying to holler, that tells you that you see something in me that I also see up in me. Can we talk about it? That means that when a bitch is done up, she's done up. That's how I know, bitch, that you're trying to connect with me outside of just a one night hitter. You're trying to potentially build something, and that's what it's been. So that's why I ask every girl that I know, no shade, when I meet them who are of a particular experience or they call themselves trans identity or transgender, I always ask them, you so beautiful, you so grand, you got all this money, you're so known, you go so many follows on TikTok, on IG and all sorts of good shit. Have you ever been engaged? Have you ever met any type of celebrity male client or any of that? And of course, some would say, well, I met them in my hotel room and I haven't heard from them again. So you never been kept by one. Almost all the ones that I've interacted with and I've dealt with personally where we've met up in person. And like I said, them not me. And of course, I'm not making it seem like I'm that bitch job because I'm very humble. And I feel like I'm very blessed too, by the way. I'm very modest, very demure, what they say. Okay. Hello. Very ladylike. But I just have to let it be known the way it should be known. Everyone that I've encountered have always said that I give them something different than all the other experiences that they had. And they're usually the ones that blow me up. And they're usually the ones that send me tea. And that's why I said I like being gifted, baby, because they kind of pulled that out of me. Baby, they're the ones that send shit to your house and shit. And you're like, what? Where is this from? Girl, you thinking on Valentine's Day, you're going to be single. You ain't going to have shit going on. And you open up your door, girl, and there's shit there, flowers and all sorts of shit. And you go open it like, Mr. Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, I know who this is. Or, girl, what do you want for your birthday? I'm thinking blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, bam. So, like I said, that's how it is for me. So, of substance and not of substance. Yeah, you probably can pull a man. You probably can get what you want. But how long does it last? And who's begging for more? You or them? Because like I said, I'm that girl that usually, girl, when I do it one time, baby, that's it for me. But we don't got, depends on what type of energy you're giving. Yeah, baby, it's a one-time thing for me. But like I said, they're the one. Oh, you don't have to call me. Oh, that's fine. You ain't got to worry about me calling you. And then, girl, they're the ones that start calling. You start getting all these odd numbers, New York numbers, Florida numbers. And you're like, who else is calling me? And you're like, maybe it's a telemarketer. So then you go answer that phone. You're like, hello? And then they're trying to change over. Hello, is this blah, blah, blah. And you're like, who is this? And they're like, you know who the hell this is? And it's like, no, I don't. Oh, yeah. Oh, why? Wait, why are you calling me, though? Like, what's going on here? What's going on here, baby? Like, what? I thought it was a one-time thing. Well, I mean, I will be in your neck of the woods because there's a little, okay, well, listen, babe, I'm a little busy. Like, girl, we'll be switching roles like I'm the busy one and they not. Girl, okay? And some of them be selling out concerts and shit, bitch. Yeah, I'm the busy one, babe. Yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not available. Unfortunately, I'm not. Maybe you could see, a Don Quaniche or something like that, girl. I don't know. But anyway, That's what it comes down to. Manifesting, being who you are, a setup, not a setback, y'all. Everything that you go through, y'all, is a preparation for better to come. It's always about acknowledging what's in the inside. We talk about energy, INNERG, so much, and I think people forget about it. We're seeking for external savior. We're seeking for external salvation. We're seeking for people, place, and things on the outside to come and rescue us, but we're really forgetting who we are in the inside. Everything that we're seeking, everything that we're trying to gain, it starts from the inside. And I know that sounds cliche-ish. I know that sounds like, oh my God, but we are all uniquely, we're created uniquely. We're created differently. We have different fingerprints. We have different hair patterns. We have different hair textures. Bitch, there's no two fingerprints that are the same. So that tells you a lot about who you are. You are your own imprint. When you leave this planet, regardless of how many times you've incarnated, the energy that you left in this moment at this time of who you are now will never be duplicated. And although the scientists are trying to duplicate, things like the colossal dire wolf and shit, girl, it's not the exact same thing. Girl, they are taking imitations. Girl, they took the mammoth DNA and put it in the damn mice. Now they're making a dire wolf, connecting it to a gray wolf and a modern day domestic dog, and now we have a replication, regenerative version of the dire wolf. It's not the same, babe. Same thing with you, girl. You may go. They may try to resuscitate you. They may try to revive you. They may try to even duplicate you, but it's not going to be you. And even going into the near future, they're even going to try to bring back your loved ones. It's going to be through memory. It's going to be through, taking the memory of that being and implanting it into something. So you might have a mom who's a plant now. You might have a mom who's a damn talking statue and shit. But y'all, that will never replace that energy. And even y'all know with my own personal tea, I was like, damn, like, my dogs, right? We have such a short experience with our animals. We have such a short experience with, dogs and cats. They're like 20 years, 25 years of our lifetime. And y'all, we live like 65 plus years. So it's like, oh my God, every dog I've had has had a different personality, a different energy. And I really do like my personality or the personalities of my current dogs, Bella and Anubis. And I'm like, oh my God, I would like to, like clone them. But then y'all, I was thinking about it and I was like, it's not going to be them though. It's not going to be them. Bella has her own personality. She's her own little funny. She's her own little funny thing. Anubis is his own little grouchy thing, And I'm like, they will never be duplicated. And even thinking about this as well, going into like my sister and going into my cousins and going into my friends who have passed on throughout the years, right? I'm like, would I want them to be duplicated? Because I know it wouldn't be them. I know that their energy is different. I know that their energetic imprint is different. Regardless if the shell or the memory is duplicated, the soul cannot be duplicated. The soul cannot be duplicated. The spirit cannot be duplicated. And that's even a little, I don't know what you call that, arrogant thing to say. Because for all I know, who's to say my sister even had a soul? I do believe they said 144,000 will go to heaven. I do believe that connects to the amount of souls and spirits on this planet. And I do believe what I believe. And of course, I'm like, girl, people are going to say, well, how do you know for sure, she has the spirit and she incarnated? I told y'all I witnessed the process in the spirit, in the eye of the spirit. Can we talk about it? And so, of course, I know, but it's like, girl, where's the physical proof? There's no physical proof. So what I like for all the outside knows that, girl, you would like for her to be that. You would like for her to evolve. And now she's another spirit. And when you guys get over, and like I said, even going into this well, a sister and I was talking the other day, and she said, do you think that evil people, it wasn't this verbatim, it was something like this. Do you think that evil people know that they're evil? Do you think that entitled people know that they're entitled, right? And I'm like, I don't think so. I think it was evil people. Because, and then I brought up this example of just like people out here right now, everyone thinks that they're souls. Everyone thinks that they're from God. Every Christian thinks that they're going to heaven. Every Christian thinks that the Most High is their creator. when in reality, there's been a system that has been infiltrated. They have the technology. If aliens are real, you guys, they've always had technology to duplicate human beings. They've always had the ability to tamper with the DNA of humans. And of course, I tell you the story of the Nephilim coming down here and doing things and tamper with the human bloodline and splice and all that good stuff. But who's to say they're trying to make it a spiritual thing when it's really a physical thing? Who said that they didn't have the technology to say, we're going to duplicate the real human experience to make it seem like these new generations of beings are going to be actual beings, but they're not. And even going into this, y'all, to take a deeper stance on this, going into people saying, well, if God was so real, why would he allow the children to starve? If God was so real, why blah, blah, blah. If karma's so real, why hasn't karma fucked up, blah, 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 blah. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, knowing what I know, well, who's to say that you're a part of that will? Who's to say that these hungry children are actually human? Because they probably don't even know they're not human if they're not human. Like, who's to actually say that? And I even think going into the storyline of aliens and having what's the lady call it? Dolores Cannon. Is that her name? Dolores something. She said that ET people have incarnated into the human body. And that's what I said, I think they mix a lot of truth with fiction. Is it alien DNA or alien ETs incarnated into human bodies? Or is it human bodies that were programmed to think that they were human? And there's no soul there. It's the energy there. And that's, I think, a lot of people see mystical things. And of course, we're not going to touch that because I can get into a lot of shit. But I think that's why a lot of mystical things happen. And I think during this day and age, we're seeing a lot of weird shit. And people are like, this is hologram, blah, 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 blah. I do think a lot of people are soulless. I do think a lot of people are not God's creation. I do not feel like, I do believe that a lot of people are not a part of the greater will of God. And this is why they could do fuck the best shit. Now think about it. It's not about demonic entities taking over their body. It's not about corruption. It's really about them not having a spirit and they're easy to program. When you are gray, baby, because you're either hot or you're cold and no lukewarmness, according to the scriptures, then baby, you're easy to be influenced. And being lukewarmness, bitch, means that you have no spirit. When you have no spirit and no soul, that means you have no conscience or you have no will and you have no real testament. So you really become any and everything based on your environment, based on your setup. So, baby, if they program you to be a mice running in a wheel, you will be that. Projects. Let's talk about it. If they program you to be a mice that have free reigns, but you can't go beyond this wall, then you will. Wealthy rats. Can we talk about it? Donald Trump is one good example. Can we talk about it? Or is this a little too deep for y'all? Y'all really think these people are humans with human souls? Y'all really think this? And everybody talk about they sold. Girl, these people don't own souls to sell. Did they sell their souls, or were they manufactured people to fucking come out here and do shit? Because we need to see kid videos. We need to see family portraits of these people that we got. Girl, they could show everybody else. They could show the Beyonces when they were kids and shit, when she was fucking 5 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. And who knows, because the pictures be looking fake as fuck. I don't know. Girl, AI, they're coming out with AI now. Girl, they got videos of Cardi B out here talking about satin lips and shit. That's not even her. That's, I tell you, it's going to be creepy as fuck when they start making these fake ass videos of your ass committing crime. Girl, could you imagine? Can we talk about this as a little quick thing and I'm going to be done? Could you imagine working for a business and you free, right? You have free will to leave when you want to leave, because they can't keep you, because you're not enslaved. They can train you into thinking that you need them, but you're not enslaved to be there, right? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do, right? You have free will. Can we talk about it? As a spirit, you have free will. If you have no spirit, baby, you do not have free will. You're bounded by these people forever. Long story short, let's get into it. Could you imagine you working a job or you being a part of a system, because they have us doing the real ID. Can we talk about it for a quick second, or just a little too deep for y'all? They have us getting a real ID with a star, and allegedly you cannot fly with this real ID because, hey, they want to know for sure you are really an American citizen flying in these planes, allegedly. right? But the only man who was allegedly wanting people to prove that they are American citizens is the current president in office. But the current president in office did not like the real idea. Can we talk about it? So it's been a switcheroo, switch of plans, whatever, whatever. So basically, y'all, they are setting us up to be in some type of system to where, bitch, it's levels to the system. You have a clearance to work here. Those who don't have a clearance to work here cannot work there, whatever. And now, of course, you now your pay is changing. But in order to have a higher pay, you got to be a part of this system, a certain level of this system. There's going to come a time, y'all, and mark my word, for those who are young, you're definitely going to witness this. For those who are like midlife or older, who knows? The way technology is moving, you definitely may be witnessing this. But there's going to come a day and age, y'all, a time, not a day and age, a time where you are going to not want to go to work, or you're going to call in and say, I'm sorry, I can't be there. I'm going to go hang out with my family, whatever. They didn't like that, right? Because the corporate is going to own, they own everything already, but they really going to own shit. The houses, girl, they're going to own everything, girl. Your landlords, all these people are going to be middlemans. You own a you already, there's already a middleman. You have the mortgage company, you have the property tax people that you got to pay taxes to, even when you own a house. So there's already a middleman. But girl, it's going to be known. Their prices are going to be known. Girl, you got to stop working to go be with your family, sitting at home with your family. They're going to have family lookalikes. They're going to have, and y'all, this may seem far-fetched right now, but they're going to have family lookalikes. They're going to have even, hey, they might even bribe your family. Who knows? Depending on what type of family you're in, girl. You know, some of your family is shady. They don't really care for you. Girl, just because you shed a bloodline, I mean, they down for you, girl. Hello, hello, can we talk about it? Hello? And so either way, you're going to go spend time with your family. You're going to miss out on work. Something's going to go down. They're going to create an AI video of you doing some fucked up ass shit to lock you down because, baby, they thought they had you locked in that contract to do that work, but they didn't. So they say, I got to teach this mother effer a lesson. So now, girl, you get arrested. You go back home. You going to work. They come and they arrest you. They sit you down and interrogate you. Where were you at from February the 13th to February the 15th? Oh, I was at home with my parents enjoying the Chinese New Year. And they're like, oh, really? You're at home with your parents. And will this check out? Is that your alibi? And you're like, yes, I was there. You can call my mom and ask her now, blah, 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 whatever. So y'all, they tell you, okay, we'll come back to you. We'll ask you some questions, girl. Maybe they already have the story together. Maybe they haven't had the story together. Maybe when you go home, they're going to get the story together. But girl, they're going to then come back to you, lock your ass up, girl. You're going to be sentenced. First, they're going to give you time in court. You're going to go to court. And now they're going to ask you one last time because that's when they present the evidence. They wait until they go to court, girl. When they interrogate you and they ask you questions, girl, they make it seem like they don't got any information. We don't have video footage. We don't know what happened. We want you to tell us the story. And then they come in, somebody else asks you the same question. And then the day of, they ask you the same question. And they want to make sure you're going to change the story or not. Okay. So at this point, your ass sit right there on the witness stand. Or, well, it'll be the plaintiff. Okay. Plaintiff or defendant. You'll be the defendant because they'll be the plaintiff. Your business will be the plaintiff. The government will be the plaintiff, right? Let's get into it because it's all going to be government jobs. Hello. Every job is going to be a governmental job. That's why Donald Trump said that he's going to be letting go of certain governmental positions. And you have to prove that you're worthy of that pay. Oh, girl, it's about to get real cute for y'all, honey. It's about to be real cute for y'all, girl. Yeah, let's get into it. So, girl, they're going to have you sitting down in that definitive thing. They're going to have a witness come up. It may be your parents, it may not. It may be clones. It may be holographs of them. Who knows? Because, girl, maybe they can make it. So they're going to have a box there and say, your mother couldn't make it here, but we have her here on the witness stand. Mama's going to be there and she's going to be like, yes, hi, thank you, Your Honor, blah, blah. Okay, can you tell us what took place on February 13th? And then the mother's going to say, well, I was at home washing dishes. I was at home cooking, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Of course, girl, you're listening to the story because you're really at home with your parents. You didn't know what the tea was going on. You're like, bitch, I really was there. And then you're like, well, maybe it was a Mandela effect. Maybe I lost my mind because I really knew I was there. Like, I know I was there. And then they're like, Exhibit A. And then, of course, they're playing for the jury, y'all, a video. Because everything's going to be technology, girl. You know, right now they do projectors and shit where they put the shit on a projector and it writes you down. Were you here? Were you here? or they do boards and shit. Were you here? Were you here? Bitch, that doesn't look like in person. I don't know. I was in person driving. I don't know what that looked like in like girl. So girl, they already getting you set up right there, girl. I was in 3D. That's a 2D fucking display, girl. I don't know. A 1D, 2D. But y'all, they're gonna play a video footage right then and there of you doing something at a particular location and time that you were not there. You're gonna gag so hard because you're gonna think that this is you. Like you yourself knew where you were at, but you're gonna start to question, wait a minute, was I really there? Did I did I smoke some cannabis? Was it the melatonin? What was it the valerian root? Was it the ashwagandha? Like girl, they're gonna get you so good. At that point, you are sentenced. And guess what? Y'all, that's one prime example of population control. That's one prime example of teaching you that bitch, you are not in full control. That's also a prime example of showing you that you really ain't got a soul. Because if you got a soul, girl, they can confine you in a box. Hello? Can we talk about it? They can't confine you in a box if you have a soul. And I really do believe the ones who have souls don't get locked up and keep going back neither. If you really want to get into that as well. But like I said, that's not, I'm not getting into that. Girl, that's personal opinion. We're here to talk about, some tea. But that's what it has come down to. That's what it is about. The soulless versus those who are with soul. And of course, you're like, well, I don't know if I have a soul. You're right, because you can be trained to think that you have a soul. You grew up religious. So you believe that, Lord, thy Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You think that the saints and the Orishas and your dates are come down to save you and all the good shit. And girl, then some of them say, oh, when we die, it's just complete blackness. Well, I feel like they are acknowledging that they are cyborgs. I think they are acknowledging that they are robots because, of course, it's complete darkness. Y'all, something that I thought about for years, and of course, I don't want to kind of put that out there for y'all if you're also deep thinker like myself. But when I first was being introduced to the spiritual concept, I was like, I don't know if this is real because they're saying that Christianity and da-da-da is not real. So what happened to this is not real? So y'all, I went into a state of panic. And I remember for like almost, and I revisited this, y'all, like 2015 when someone I knew passed away. And I was like, oh my God. And I couldn't shake out of it. But I was thinking of it being in complete darkness forever. Being in complete darkness forever. That's a long time, y'all. Could you imagine living your life on this planet for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years with a conscience, with visions, with experiencing things, and then one day it's gone, the lights go out, and the lights are out forever, and it never wakes up again. It never becomes anything. You just stay in this ground in complete darkness, y'all, forever. And the world outside of it has changed. It's living, but it's complete darkness forever. Like that freaked me the fuck out where I was like, oh my God. But in that moment, that's when I knew that this was my logic and my spirituality having a shift. Because after that period of experiencing and thinking about that darkness, oh my God, it's going to be complete darkness, like not seeing anything, not experiencing for a very, very long time. And we're going to say forever. Girl, that's thousands and thousands and billions and millions of years. When your life that you lived was only like 50, 60, 70, 80 years, and it really only felt like 10 years. Can we talk about it? But that's some deep ass shit. And that really put me in perspective for a lot of stuff as well, y'all. What made me say I needed to acknowledge all of my experiences. I needed to acknowledge all the people that I've experienced my life with, because of course, in that moment, it's real. Tomorrow, today is just a memory. Next year, last year is just a memory. In 20 years, today is just a memory. So the real thing that we really have is in the moment. So feeling everything, hearing everything, tasting everything, y'all, just allowing all your senses to be engulfed in your experiences. Like that is really living a fulfilled life. And that's really fully, regardless of in the afterlife. And I know there is energy in afterlife because energy is not created. Energy is borrowed, it is transferred, but it's not created and it's not destroyed. but the energy and the way and the state it is now will be over. So live this energy, live out this scene like it's your very last, like it's your very best. This is a performance, y'all. What they say, life is a stage. This is a performance. Live it the best way you can, the happiest you can. And that's why I tell people, I don't care about ending relationships with people on this earth because, baby, in 80, 90, 100 years, it's all over. It's all a memory anyway. And could you imagine living your life for 90 years? Could you imagine living this scene over and over for 90 years, 100 years? And then when it's all said and done, you wasted those 100 years and 90 years on people, places, and things that didn't give a fuck about you, that didn't like you, that didn't want to be a part of your experience. And on the flip side of that, who dampened and stopped your experience. Could you imagine that? Bitch, if you been who you are, offend people, if you been who you are, disturb people, keep disturbing their ass, keep offending their asses. Because at the end of the day, you being nice to them and them being nice to you ain't gonna get you no place outside of what it is when it's time for you to be buried. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Well, like I said, it's a little too deep for y'all. See, people be trying to play like life is cute. It is cute. It is beautiful. It is great. But could you imagine living out a program that is not your own program, or acting like, oh, I'm just going to act like I'm this and I'm act like I'm that. And when it's all said and done, you really was a 3D image of somebody else's memory. You was a 3D image of somebody else's life and dream because they were too scared to be that. And that's to say, listen, I'd rather be dethroned, be kicked out, to be what they call it, denounced, not have respect for family and friends for a good 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, than to waste those same years and not get or be anywhere. We are souls. We are individual souls. We have our own missions. And the missions is not to fall into other people's goals. Back in the day, we did not understand the spirit. Back in the day, we only lived by the flesh. That was the imprisonment that we were given when we fell from grace. So up until a particular point, we only went by the flesh. We only followed the flesh. We have to gain honor and respect from our parents. We have to gain honor and respect from our parents. After a particular time, the light became so bright. We started to understand the light. And when we understood the light, we started to understand ourselves. And in understanding ourselves, we started to pull away from energies and people who tried to dim our light. Because it's not about being blood relatives. It's not about being childhood friends. It's not about being coworkers or who's the boss. It's about the light. And so we learn to detach ourselves from people who wants to dim our light, people who want to contain our light, people who does not want our light to shine so bright. And in that process, we find other people's who light also shine bright. And then together we shine brighter than ever before. And then people who are still living in darkness, people are still trying to find the light, will start to see their way. And like I said, it's not about sexuality. It's not about gender identity. It's not about racial identity. Because that's what I keep going back on. I became aware of my light, baby, when I was a kid. And y'all, something that I actually saw, which was so crazy, y'all. Ooh, this is so deep right now. This is so deep right now, y'all. Tina Knowles talked about, ooh, I'm getting chills right now, honey. Tina Knowles, y'all. And this all I don't like talking, y'all, because the girl things just come on and add on and we just keep talking, y'all. I just keep it talking. Before you know this, a 2-hour, 3-hour conversation. But Tina described her nephew, Johnny, as a gay man. And she was saying that, everyone saw his light. And that was basically her word for saying gayness, right? But on the flip side to that, I'm like, no, that's what they were giving off, right? That this was the light mean gay. Like his light, he was a gay person, so his light. No, the light is that soul. The light is that energy. And Johnny lived during the era where they did not really accept homosexuality. Johnny lived in the area in the area and era where they really didn't care, especially heterosexual black people, minority people accepting and loving that still. Baby, during that time, a lot of people were kicked out their house. A lot of gay people were put out. But it had nothing to do with that. It's just that when he was himself, his light shined so bright. And because Tina Knowles is of the light, she and her family saw that light in him, and it brought more light in. And that's what it is about with all of our experiences. A lot of us, we've allowed people to dim our light. And even when we think we're stepping out on truth, we're not stepping out on truth. We're stepping out on partial truth. Because they're like, oh, they not accept me for being gay or being trans, so I'm going to move out and do my own thing. And then you never rekindle. You never rekindle the space with this family again. And of course, there's two reasons. Either they're just not of the light, or B, you're part of a program. There's a light quality there, but you're not really who you are. Maybe you are, a gay person, but maybe you're not living it the best way you can. Or maybe you're not a gay person. Maybe you're a programmed gay. Maybe there was an experience that made you gay, and that's what it comes down to, right? And that's just one example of that. But I'm just saying, when the light is shining so bright, and I love that God song, "This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it." I love that song. That song just came to my mind. But that's really what it's about. And the light does not take away anything. It adds on. So you want to be the light and you want to be this badass light bitch. You want to fuck some shit up. Bitch, be that badass light that fucks your shit up, because that is your light. If you want to be this light and you're prim and proper and you speak well, so eloquently, and you're prissy and, oh, hi. Listen, be that light. Let that light shine so bright. But that's what it's about. It's about acknowledging and understanding exactly what the light is. And the light is within you. The light is within you. In the beginning of the video, I said that what you're seeking is in you. The God you're seeking is in you. The God you're seeking is in you. Look in the mirror and see it. Accept it. You are in full control of your life. People, places, and things, y'all. We've been under so much programming. This is why I told y'all, for 5 years, I've been away from people. I moved to a place I didn't know nobody. I had no family. I had no friends. I didn't hang out. I didn't deal with anybody for 5 years. Those whole 5 years, I spent my time being comfortable with my own energy and also learning my environment and also learning my spiritual identity. Deprogramming, stripping away programs that were put on me by society, programs that were put on me by my family. And y'all, I would say this is the best life I've ever lived. I've told y'all this before, and I will say this again, y'all. I have extreme anxiety. I've not had a high anxiety moment since January of this year, y'all. It's been 5 months. It's been 5 months. Hey, y'all, this is the best I felt. No drugs, no medication. This is the best I ever felt in my life. Energetically, spiritually, mentally. And I know that all that anxiety and shit was programs and me forcing myself to submit to other people's ideas, other people's energy. And that's why even going back, where I look at TV shows, y'all, and I feel like this is a program, when you see celebrities saying, I had to watch this show, or I love this show because I saw a little black girl like myself. I saw a little black girl like myself, and it made me think, well, she could do it, I could do it too. Y'all, when I watch TV shows, I did not see no mixed trans person on no motherfucking TV shows or anything, and I still became confident in myself. Yes, at certain periods of time, I wasn't comfortable because people try to make me feel weird and feel different. And people try to make it sound like I was just this weird thing. But I was just being my motherfucking self. And of course, I met people who were older than me, who came from a different era than me, who said that you're different and express yourself the way that you feel. You're different. Harm to none, be yourself. And I did. And I still keep that, y'all. I take pride in not being like other people. I take pride in not acting like, speaking like, moving like other people. And if that make you feel uncomfortable, that make you not want to be my follower, that makes you not want to be my friend, I don't care. Bye. Bye. Bye, honey. Baby, I sleep good at night. I wake up good too. I love what I do. Honey, I will never hate what I love doing. I would never hate what I do because I do it authentically. And that's what it comes down to. And so for me, I saw light in all my experiences. When my favorite characters on TV shows have been white, they've been black, they've been Hispanic, they've been Asian, they've been men, they've been women, they've been Christian, they've been Jew, they've been Taoist. And it's not because I'm Jewish, I'm Taoist, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm Chinese, I'm Vietnamese, but it's because I see the light. And that light motivates my light because I'm like, damn, they're different. They're expressing themselves the way that they want to express themselves, and they don't give a fuck about what anybody got to say about them. That right there was my inspiration. That right there gave me my motivation. I didn't have to see a black trainer like myself, bitch, to feel motherfucking motivated. That's the cop out. That's the weakness. That's you being programmed and think that you have to look like somebody else and look like other people that look like you to feel some type of way. Baby, listen, ain't nobody like me out there. So I don't need motivation for people who look like me. Energetically, there are people out there like me. It's called find your tribe. Yeah, I want to be connected with people that are energetic like me. You're damn right. Yes, I do. I don't give a fuck about you being black, white, gay, straight, Muslim, Christian, Jewish. I don't give a fuck, bitch. If our energetic energies match up, you have a sister in me. And that's what it comes down for me. And that's how it should be. You're all into the illusion of race being important, sexuality being important, religion being important. That's your program. That's your trauma. That's not mine. So, bitch, girl, this even gives me like a flashback to y'all of when I used to do my little thing and I would listen to country music. Because I love country music. That's my number one genre of music. If you don't know anything about me, I love country music. Over all eras, all genres, I love country music. When I'm in my own alone time, I play country music. Country music relaxes me. Country music gets me into a state of expression. It unlocks something within me. I love country music. But I remember I would play it in front of black people. Okay. And they'll be like, oh, this bitch thinks she white. And of course, my response would be, well, bitch, my grandmother's white. So, bitch, I am her and she is me. But on top of that, bitch, it's about the energy. So you're caught up in that mind control shit. And that's why these executives, they put out shit right. Girl, y'all got caught up in P. Diddy. Y'all got caught up in Jay-Z. Y'all got caught up in Smokey Robinson. Y'all got caught up in all these perverts and pedophiles and DL homosexuals. I even saw a video the other day where a girl was like, they want us to think that all of our heroes were gay people, y'all, to take away our power. No, dumb bitch. That's not your power. You may find kingship in Smokey Robinson. You may find kingship in Doja Cat. You may find kingship in Cardi B, but they and you are not the same. And even the same woman that they came from, even the people that came from these people are not the same as them. So, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you got going on, girl. If our energies are not matching, our energies are not matching. And that's that. Y'all, there's no collectiveness, and we got to find black people support bad business. Girl, I ain't support no business that don't support me. Bitch, you'll see for the black trans people, the black gay people, the black anything of me. Because I'm talking about me, because we talk about me spending my money. I'm not supporting you, bitch. I'm gonna support my tribe. And my tribe, because I'm interdimensional, I'm multicultural, I'm multiracial, I'm multi-energetically. And when I say multicolored, I mean purple, red, yellow, orange, the color of the chakras. Baby, that's what I am. That's who I'm vibing with, baby. If I want to go support a white business, I'm going to support a white business, bitch, because their energy and my energy motherfucking match. And how I know our energy match, you're going to say, well, you don't even know these people. Well, babe, when I look at your shit and I feel connected to your shit, I'm supporting it. Never like the Chick-fil-A. Never like the Chick-fil-A, honey. Never ate Chick-fil-A. I take it back. Somebody gave me the fries one time. I was like, ooh, it's good. But I said, girl, they didn't get my money. That's how I roll, girl. Baby, we not kinship together, girl. I'm not giving you my fellowship. Girl, I'm not gonna subscribe to you because you're black. I'm not subscribing to you because you're gay. I'm not gonna subscribe to you because you're trans. Baby, we're not the same. Our energies are not the same, babe. And I'm willing to definitely say I'm for it. If that means prosecution of people who may look like me, so be it, because bitch, we're not the same. We may look alike, but we don't act alike. We don't have the same program. Can we talk about it? We may look alike, we may act alike, but we don't have the same motherfucking program. Hello, we're two different type of levels. And baby, whether you got more money than me or more education than me, bitch, we're talking about the spirit. Because the spirit is dead, or you don't have one. And that's what it comes down to for me. I love my stimulation. I love my simulation. I love the world that I'm in, the matrix that I'm in. And I'm not loving the experiences, that other people try to project into it. But I definitely acknowledge the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees. Even though I'm allergic to some trees and grass, certain types of grass, most of the grasses, I still love the grass. I still walk barefoot because I know that it's a part of my environment. I still acknowledge the squirrels and the ducks. And like I tell y'all, I don't really care for cats neither, but I still love cats. I still respect cats. Will I ever buy a cat myself? No. But they are still a creature. They still deserve respect. And that's what it comes down to for all things that are created, whether they have a soul or they don't have a soul. Baby, whether you accept their lifestyle or not, it's called being respectful. And that's where I'm at with all of this. Everything is about a preparation. It's a setup, not a setback. Every experience that you had is to put you greater into yourself. Right here, right now, during these next 4 years, you should be locking in. I talked about it in 2020. Go back to my videos in 2021. I said, this is the time to lock in and focus on you, yourself, and you. Everybody who's a part of you are also going to get fed, but focus on what you got going on so that way you could be a stronger daughter, a stronger friend, a stronger sister, a stronger mother, a stronger daughter, a stronger father, a stronger brother, a stronger business owner. Focus on you. See, we're so caught up in the delusion and the illusion. And we're told, oh, you have to be. No, baby, I could say hi and bye from a distance. If we're not compatible, we're not compatible, babe. You're not going to stop me from my motherfucking blessings because I'm lonely. And that's another thing too, y'all. I'll be saying this as well. And I'm really going to be done. Because I got things I got to do today. What time is it? 107. Okay, this is perfect. I cannot tell other people what to do. I'm learning as I'm getting older to mind my business. And if people want to keep hitting their head on a brick wall, if they want to keep getting ran over by the same car, if they want to keep getting falling, hell, fuck it. They want to keep falling off the same plane, the same, get in the plane, it keeps falling down, it crashes, you want to keep doing it. Listen, that's your business. I remember I had a cousin back in the day. Rest in peace, he's now deceased. But this cousin used to do stupid ass shit when we were kids. Jump on the street, fall, break his arm. Jump on the street, fall, broke his other arm. Jump on the street, fall, broke his tailbone. Broke the street. Like, girl, this motherfucker didn't learn his motherfucking lesson. And girl, when he got older, girl, he got shot on the left side, got shot on the right side. And I'm just like, girl, what? Like, what? Like, I'm watching you and I'm saying, baby, I don't want to do that. Okay, and I'm not gonna say I'm smarter than him. I don't know what the T is. But I'm like, girl, I don't got to keep doing the same thing to learn. Things go on with people and people could do everything right, y'all, because now we're getting into the magical tea. Now we're getting into the magical tea and energetic tea. Magic is energy. There's nothing outside of that. Magic is not the candles you buy. Magic is not the oil you buy. Magic is not what type of witch you pay to do your work, whether she's a 30-year witch, a 50-year witch, a 10-year witch, or 2-year witch. Energy is motherfucking energy. As I told y'all from the beginning, my philosophy is when I'm doing the work for you, I take it on as if it's my own experience because you are borrowing my energy to get your results, honey. And that's a very humble, respectful thing to say. You're borrowing my energy to get your success or to get what you got going on. So I take this on as something real and legit because, baby, I do believe in karma. And I do believe what I put out, I get back. So if you're trying to excel, become your greatness, and you want me to do work for you on your behalf, then when your greatness take off, my greatness is also going to take off because, baby, the energy I put out there was good. Now, if you're also coming to me for fucked up ass work and say, I need you to fuck this bitch up because she rolled her eyes at me and I take on that work, then guess what? I'm also going to get fucked up because that's not a real valid opinion. That's not a real valid thing to, do. Girl, that's some catty ass shit. I'm not the witch for you. Now, somebody came for your house, somebody came for your livelihood, you need protection. We definitely get down and do some dirty ass work. But I want to fuck this bitch up because she called me a fat black bitch. Oh, girl, that's not what we do over here. Girl, go to another witch that, basic ass witch and eat the money like that, girl. Hello. But energy is what magic is. So if you're doing all the candle work, you're doing all the meditation, you're doing all, let's get a little slower, because I want to make sure that you understand this. Sometimes people say I talk too fast. So I want to make sure, and I get a little too loud. So I want to make sure that this hit you where it needs to hit you. Okay. This is the type of Holy Spirit I want you to catch. Because it's not about the candles you're buying. People out here buying $7 candles, $20 candles, $50 candles, $100 candles. Oh my God, I waste my money on candles. I spent $200 on candles and they're not seeing the results because the energy is not there. And that's the reason why we offer classes, because we want you to understand how things work. We don't just want you to come out and get the work done. We want you to understand the process of how things work from a physical perspective and then how it comes through spiritually. Can we talk about it? And so when you're trying to manifest something, you have to be around people who are trying to manifest something. When you're trying to manifest something, because energy is energy and energy attracts energy, energy attracts energy, and you have to be the energy that you want to attract. When you're trying to manifest something and the people around you in your inner circle, whether it's friends, whether it's whatever, they're in your inner circle because your net work is your net worth. If you hang around with broke beans, you're going to become a broke bean. If you hang around with pigeons, you become a fucking pigeon. Y'all never seen a swan hang around with pigeons and shit? Girl, just flocking around and where the pigeons go, that go. Girl, you see pigeons with pigeons, swans with swans, geese with geese. That's what you see. If you're trying to manifest a happy home, a happy life, a happy wife, happy health, good brain, a good mindset, a peace of mind, and the people you deal with on a personal level, i.e., when we go out to eat, I gotta invite you. When we go out to play, I gotta invite you. I'm gonna go hang out with you. See, we got distant lovers, we got distant friends, we got distant family. Yes, baby. And it's not distant because we have to be. It's distant because I don't want your energy around me. We're not on the same level of manifesting. I don't need you. I don't need you as a leech. I don't need you trying to stop and block me. I don't need you cock blocking, spiritual blocking, all that good shit. Can we talk about it? Or is this a little too deep for y'all? Because people getting bothered with the fuck I gotta say. And I'm saying at this point, I'm just gonna start, girl, let you do your thing and I'm hanging up. I'm just like, bye. I ain't hearing no shit. Then I'm gonna tell you, I'm hanging up because you're talking about some dumbass shit. Just see, people be thinking out of sight, out of mind. People be thinking, well, I'm not gonna tell her the story. But then when things happen, they're telling you what happened. Oh, something happened. This is the devil. No, it's not the devil. It's the people you hang with. It's the people you hang with. You cannot want to manifest good things in your life, but you're hanging around with people who are half-ass manifestors. Because if they're half-ass manifestors, then you become half-ass manifestors. Can we talk about it? If you hang around people who want to half-ass their life, I'm looking for a new friend, a new life, a new wife, a new home, but I'm not letting go of the shit that's keeping me from getting there, then you also manifest like that. I want a new house. I want a new car. I want a new wife. I want a new house, but I'm going to stay with the shit that I have not let go of. And then there's going to be a cycle for you. So then you're looking around like, the devil must don't like me. God ain't listening to my prayers. My angels must not hear me. My ancestors must not give a fuck neither. Excuse me. It's nothing to do with your ancestors, God, the angels, all that. You need to apologize. It's everything to do with you, though. And it's everything to do with you for allowing those people in your house. Like Kaya said, you let those people in your house. You let those demonic ass, low vibrational ass, half-assing ass manifest in your life. And because you're lonely, no shade, because you need a friend in everybody, the devil showed up and he's showing out. So it's not an external devil acting out. It's the person that you hang with and you deal with. And that's what it comes down to, bottom line. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take a spiritually in tune person to pick that up. I was having a conversation the other day, and I told you I pay attention to patterns because, rehab does not stop you from being a crackhead. Rehab doesn't stop you from being a food addict. Going to get weight loss surgery don't stop you from being a fat bitch. Can we talk about it real quick? Your behavior, which is a part of your pattern, has to change. The behavior and the mindset has to change in order for you to find your results. So people who are successful at losing weight and gaining muscle and all sort of good shit is because their mindset has changed. Their behavior has changed, which ultimately changed their pattern. So I pay attention to pattern within myself, patterns, and I look at other people's patterns too, where I'm like, this is why you're not getting what you need to get. Can we talk about it really quickly? Or is this a little too deep for y'all? Because, bitch, like I said, if we can stop talking about it. But I feel like I'm a mother or a parental or guardian figure where I need you to understand, whether you're older than me or younger than me, of why you're not manifesting what you're manifesting, why you're wasting your money on your candles and your supplies, and why you're not getting what you need to get is because you're hanging around with trash. There might be nice people who say that trash is ugly. I've been to people's house that have a stinky ass trash can, but when you look at it, it looks clean. You don't see dirt and shit all around them. You see some people trash and they got shit all around them. They got dried up food outside the trash can. It just look horrible. Girl, they got rodents and shit, roaches and shit. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. So there's pretty trash, but you're hanging out with trash and you're expecting to find gold. And it did say one man trash, another man treasure. This is not the case, mama. This is not the case, papa. Okay? This is not the situation. Trash needs to be left where trash is at. Okay? I'm watching people and things. I listen, y'all. That's a lot of times when I'm doing things I don't call people. Sometimes they're like, oh, girl, you so busy. I don't want to get into that energy of multitasking. Multitasking creates procrastination. It creates a whole bunch of stuff. So I like to focus on what's important and then focus on what's really not important, if you want to say it like that. And so either way, I paid attention to certain things, right? It was cute at first. And this is how I be telling people too. Y'all need to start paying attention to your friends that you hang with, your lovers. They're going to tell you who they are based on what they do and your experiences that you have from walking away from them. They don't have to tell you. You're going to know based on the patterns of their behavior and the cycles of y'all hanging out. And it's not a coincidence that you would tell your friends what you're trying to manifest, and it's like they block it. Meaning you're looking for a partner. This is just one example. Bear with me. You're looking for a partner. You find this friend and their partner potential. You tell them what you're looking for, and they tell you, I'm open for it to become a relationship, but I want to start off being friends. And then you're asking yourself, well, first you're like, okay, I'm down. I'm willing to be, his or her friend. But then you find out in the process that they're still living at home with their ex. But the ex is not really their ex. They're actually legally bonded to this person. They're married still. They haven't got a divorce or anything. So you find out that they're trying to be friends or stay in a relationship with their ex, but not only are they still in a relationship with this person, but they also live in the same house as them. So then you're like, oh, this may not be a compatible situation, because I'm trying to manifest a happy home. I'm a single person, so I need my partner to be single as well. But instead of you completely cutting that person off by saying, hey, babe, unfortunately, this does not work out for me because I'm looking for a relationship. I already have enough friends. I was only willing to be a friend because I thought it was going to blossom into something else. But I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for a potential partner. What ended up happening is that energy becomes a frictional, not a fictional, but a frictional, or a relationship that causes friction. So now you got yourself being friends with this person, but behind this person back, you're talking about them. Like you're saying, oh my God, they're really nice, but they keep blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, why they got to bring blah, blah, blah every time we hang out? So now this become an issue for you. And now your spirits are basically acknowledging to you, because I found out this is a spiritual thing, not just a you thing. When you don't vibe with somebody, it is your spirits not vibing with their spirits. Can we talk about it? It is your spirits not vibing with their spirits. This is why you have falling outs with people. It's not about you just hating them because you hate them. People are like, have you ever seen somebody that you just don't like for some reason? Yes. Your spirit see their spirit and your spirits don't want to fuck with that person. So your spirit's like, bitch, we don't fuck with her. And you feel that. You feel that shit, babe. Can we talk about it? You feel that shit. You're like, damn, I don't know her, but I just don't like her. There you go. So then you continue to hang out with this person, and now your spirits are getting fed up. Your spirits is like, bitch, I don't like this bitch. I don't like this hoe. But because of whatever reason, maybe you're desperate, maybe you're lonely, maybe you need this type of friendship. I don't know. Maybe this person make you feel alive again, half-assed. You want to feel alive again, half-assed. Who knows? Maybe you're telling yourself that you're a god and a goddess, and you feel like it is the godly thing to be nice to this person and to stay friends with them. But in reality, it's not. You got to find your tribe. Can we talk about it? You got to befriend people that are within your tribe. That's it. And your tribe is not other lesbians. Your tribe is not other trannies. Your tribe is not other gays, other blacks, other whites. Your tribe is people who vibe with you energetically. Okay, can we talk about it? What you do in your bed is your business. That's not my business. Okay, hello. Now, of course, you harming children and animals, that do become my business, because baby, I don't fuck with energy like that. But if you have a man in the bed and all that good shit, girl, you are two grown ass people doing your thing, girl. That's not my tea. And no, I don't want your man either, because I have a connection with my brothers and sisters, baby. That's one thing we don't do. We don't sleep with each other's exes or currents. Oh, come on in here. There's 8 billion people out there, baby. Let's not be desperate, lonely, and bored. Hello. And trashy. We're gods and goddesses, girl. Let's not be trash and peasants. That's what peasants and shit do. Impregnate their second and first cousins and shit, girl. We're not peasants, honey. Claim your spiritual royalty. But anyway, so then your spirits is like, we're going to teach this bitch a lesson, because we need this bitch to see that we want what's best for her, and we always have, because she's burning candles, or he's burning candles for us to give us light, to give us energy, and we keep showing up and showing out, but she or he is not taking heed to what we got going on. Because you're burning the candles, you're giving the offerings, but the spirits are showing you you're not paying attention. So they say, I got to teach this bitch a lesson, because it's always about growth, y'all. The spirits always want you to learn and gain something, gain insight, gain knowledge, gain experience, gain wisdom. Oh, come on in here. Gain power in situations, because you are powerful. You are a powerful, mighty being. Can we talk about it? Do I need to remind y'all that every time I talk to y'all? Because I will. Anywho, so what ended up happening is, every time you meet with this person, something happened. And sometimes something will happen to them. Maybe there's a take turn of experience. So let's take one good example. Maybe y'all like skating together. Maybe y'all like going bike riding together. Hell, if you're risky, maybe y'all like bungee jumping together. And just so happen, when y'all are doing these activities that are risky, daredevil type of tea, either you bungee jump and one time your parachute don't open and they have to come in and rescue you, or y'all going bike riding, they fall off the bike and they break their leg and now they can't do bike riding for a couple of weeks or months or whatever. And then you're not seeing that that is the sign that your energies do not vibe. So you then reconnect again. Hell, maybe you even ask God for protection. And you say, God, please protect me from harm and known and unknown. And all of a sudden the person didn't call you for a couple of days. And you're like, ooh, if I don't hear back from them by Wednesday, I'm going to blow their asses up. So now that's the second sign that your spirits are not vibing with each other and that you're just being desperate or whatever reason. You're doing something else, but it's not of God. It is not godly. It is not of your highest. It's not for your highest good. So then y'all just keep taking turns. You hurt something, they hurt something. Every time y'all go bike riding, roller skating, or bungee jumping, okay, you're still not seeing it. But then now your spirits are saying, now we really got to teach her a lesson. We really got to teach her a lesson. When she's trying to manifest shit, We want this person to reach out to this person to kind of block them. So you will tell your friends or maybe your spiritualists that you're working with, I'm trying to manifest a man with a good job, a good car, a good house, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as you start working on that shit, now this person start reaching out to you. Let's go to the movies. Let's hang out. Mind you, you're looking for a relationship and you've always said that from the beginning. This same friend told you that they're not looking for a relationship because they already have one and they're good where they're at, but they're down to be open with you. Either way, you go have dinner with them. Like I said, you're planning on manifesting a new job, a new car, a good man, a new woman, and just conveniently they're hitting up where you're doing working to manifest this new life. That's spiritual blocking right there. That's the first time where I know that somebody needs to be put on hold or I need to get back to them. For me, because I'm knowledgeable, for me, if I'm doing working on manifesting and right when I want to do working on manifesting, now you want to hang out, I know you don't care about manifesting, that's a sign or cue for me to say, yo, I'm taking a break for a month. I'll get back to you next month, whatever. Because they always going to be there too, by the way. The whole fear about you may lose them, that's also a demonic thing, by the way. So, because you don't lose real friends, girl. You could be busy for months and months and months, and real friends are always going to be there. Can we talk about it? Girl, can we talk about it? You are intertwined with each other. You guys are the same, one and the same. When you find your tribe of people, girl, you are bonded for life. Can we talk about it? Regardless of what and who come into the life, girl, ain't nothing going to shake or break that friendship. Girl, if you're busy and you can't talk to them for 2 or 3 months, girl, they're still going to be there for you. That's what they're for. Could you imagine them saying, oh, girl, you're too busy for me. We can't be friends anymore. Bye. Anyway, so this individual in your spiritual church, this person's not for you, and you still want to hang out with them, even though they're trying to block you spiritually, because you should be spending your free time in your house doing your candle work, doing your prayers, doing your chants, going out to buy a new bed set for your new man. Can we talk about it for a minute? You get sidetracked and you put that work on hold. So you go hang out with them. Well, now spirits are really pissed. Your spirits are like, fuck this shit. Like they really are saying this. Fuck this shit, bitch. You really want to play. We're trying to tell you that don't fuck with this bitch. You don't give a fuck. So then you start being cute, right? Because maybe your friends are seeing this pattern and maybe your friends tell you, girl, you need to stop hanging around with Bobby Sue. Or you need to stop hanging out with James because that energy is a little fucked up. And maybe you're looking at like, well, maybe this friend's jealous. It depends on your friendship. But for me, from my perspective, baby, yeah, I'm never jealous. I'm never a hateful girl. Listen, I have more than one friend. My friends got more than one friends. I'd never be like, don't hang out with her. Don't deal with her. Girl, if you want to do that, that's your business. I'm only going to tell you not to hang out with somebody if I see that there's some bad shit going on. If I'm saying that there's some shit going on that shouldn't be going on, I'm going to pay attention and say, girl, you should be fucked with that person. So long story short, y'all, can we talk about it? Because we go into something deep too that gave me my first red flag about a certain situation with people. But anyway, so then the spirits really get fed up. And first you thought that you're not going to bring up this friend to your family and friends because you're like, I don't want to hear them say, don't fuck with this bitch. But it's true though. That's why you want to bring it up. Because if I had a friend and I know this person is genuinely a good person and you're telling me as another friend not to fuck with them, I'm still going to bring them up because I think this is a genuine, cool, good friend. And that means that I don't talk to you for a day, a week or so, whatever. That's so be it. I will do that. But I'm not going to put my good friend on hold or not bring up my good friend because I know this person is genuinely good. I'm only going to hide this friend from you or hide their name from you when I know that I'm fucking up and I'm a little embarrassed or ashamed of that. So like I said, now you're kind of hiding your friendship because you know what's going on and it's really your spirits acknowledging it. So your spirits are telling you to keep it hush, hush, hush. And that's why you're keeping it hush, hush, hush. But then they're not done with your ass. Her spirits or his spirits and your spirits go about to team up and get your ass together. So then you start getting real serious tea. Like maybe you start having close encounters of accidents. Maybe you start losing large quantities of money. Maybe your health starts declining. And you're like, my health has never been this bad. It's always been good. Maybe it's the new friend that you made. I'm just saying, because your network, if you don't know what network is, NETWORK is your net worth. NETWORTH. So now what you're doing is building up a bigger boulder. You done got fucked up. You've, gained interest that you never gained before. You are not manifesting what you really want. You're seeing the signs, but it's not really manifesting. A problem that was so little before you met them or during the time you met them have now grown. That's not enough. So then now the spirits are saying, well, now that the boulder is bigger, I still want her, and I'm going to use somebody who's close to her because she respects or he respects their opinion. If you have a good friend, I'm going to use this person who knows spirits and know energy, because I can tell you, baby, I'm always down to give a spiritual reading to people. Skeptical, Christian, Jewish, black, white, straight, gay, bitch, Muslim, Satanist, Lucifer, bitch. I'm always willing to give a motherfucking reading. Baby, that's what I do. So maybe they're telling you, we're going to connect to the friend or the associate who knows about spiritual tea, and we're going to use them to speak to this person because they trust their word. This friend tells you, once again, if they haven't always told you, they're going to tell you for the first time, stop fucking with this person. Instead of you acknowledging it, you're saying, oh no, it's been some time since I dealt with this person. Honey, it takes time for energy to manifest. And I always tell people, we're working up to the number 3. We're working up to the number 3. We live in a 3-dimensional world. Can we talk about it for a minute? Is this too deep? We live in a 2-dimensional world. It was originally 360 days, and they added on an extra 5-day to have some type of motherfucking control, but that's okay because it comes to the number 5. Hello, can we talk about it? So either way, your friends, your people are telling you something is going on. You're not taking heed to that. So it's fucking you up. And like I said, we're dealing with the number 3. So 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. We don't go past that, babe. There's not no 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you're fully putting in work, within 3 years, you should see a full 360 over your life. A complete circle. If you don't know, 360 is a complete circle. 369, everything will be fine. Can we talk about it? 3 plus 6 is 9. 369, everything will be fine. A complete circle. So you're not taking heed, y'all, to what's going on, and that's why you're getting God. It's not the devil. You're doing your workings, you're being good, you're not doing anything fucked up, but the bad shit is going on because you're fucking with the wrong people. Your net worth is the wrong network. You're dealing with the wrong network of people. You can't say you bad and bougie, but dealing with broken bummy people. Can we talk about it? You cannot say that you're spiritually inclined and intelligent, but you're dealing with spiritually dumb and spiritually sick ass people. That's not how that works. So I'm just like, for me on the outside looking in, because I've given advice like this to friends. I've seen people be in situations where I'm like, baby, this is fucked up. And of course, instead of them acknowledging or maybe looking into it, they're like, no. And I'm like, well, listen, that's your business. But trust when I tell you this, when bad shit go on, I don't want to listen about it. I don't want to be in that. Because 2 things got to go on if you're really thinking about it. 2 things are going on here, y'all. If you are a spiritually in tune person, you're doing your spiritual work, you're acknowledging, you're namasteing, you're cleaning up, you're doing cleanse, you're doing protection work, etc., etc. It has to manifest if you're genuinely doing it. So just so happen while that work is manifesting, because Christianity teaches you it's the devil cock blocking. Yeah, to a degree it is. Yeah, to a degree it is. It's called the opposing energy, Shaitan. Okay, Shaitan is to a degree it is, because the devil is a low vibrational version of yourself. Can we talk about it? That's not an external force fucking with you. It's your lower ignorant side of yourself trying to cock block you. So you say the devil's mad, you're really talking about your lower self is still stupid. You talking about your lower self is still in the ruling. Your lower self still has some type of control over your life. Can we talk about it? And if you don't know what your lower self is, it's the loneliness, it's the desperateness, It's the stupidness, the lack of knowingness, the emptiness. Yeah, that's what the lower self is. The higher self is full of space and opportunities. It's the sureness. It's the confidence. It's the knowing what's to come, and whatever's to come is going to be great. So every time you say it's the devil, you're just acknowledging your lower self. And that's really what you're doing. You're just acknowledging your lower self, your capacity from a lower perspective. And so, like I said, for me personally, what I've learned to do is let it go, let it flow, mind my business. And I'm really like, baby, if I'm telling you Tom, Dick, and Harry is no good, and you're like, baby, but I'm not seeing that, listen, I'm going to step all the way back. Bitch, we'll talk about the tea that I know you're capable of manifesting. When it comes down to the bad and the ugly, I don't want to be a part of that. Because the bad and ugly wouldn't have been the bad and ugly if you would have just, hey, say, baby, in this moment, in this time, I need people around me that's going to support me fully. I need people that's on my same frequency. I need people that can manifest the way I can manifest. Who's down to be in the same life I'm down to be in. Girl, dead weight will always weigh you down. And that's the bottom line. Dead weight will always weigh you down. 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 You cannot float, flourish, elevate, fly with dead weight. And I always tell people this too. I feel like the first person you meet is usually the devil. When you set out and be like, listen, I'm looking for new friends, I'm looking for a new man, and the first person that pop up is usually the one that's going to be giving you the most bullshit. It's usually the one that's going to be like really pulling you through the ringers and shit. You got to go with that second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth person. Girl, the first one, listen, it's a chop. But once again, if you don't see it, that's your business. I'm not here to orchestrate people's lives. I'm here to assist you to live your best life. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to help you. Look at me as your fairy guide mother. Your fairy guide mother. Yes, honey, Guide mother. Look at me as your fairy guide mother. I'm here to guide you at being the best you possibly can be. I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to block. I'm not here to read. I can read you if I need to, but I'm not here to do all that. Girl, life is short. Girl, there's bigger fish to fry, bigger things to focus on. I'm here to teach one each one, and that's what it's about. So, y'all, we are rebranding. We are revamping. We are definitely becoming what we need to be. And, of course, y'all are going to see me here. Y'all going to be seeing me doing things. We talked about this before I said it, girl. But listen, y'all, stay tuned. That's it. Stay tuned, honey. Yes, girl. And, of course, when this project come out, y'all, you'll be the first ones to hear about this project in particular, y'all. We're getting, one person I kind of told the tea. Two, we're getting, the paperwork together. We're getting all that stuff together. We still got to make, appointments and shit to do, make the finalized tea going on. But y'all, we are definitely, we're here. Okay, let's see, y'all. So let me see who's up in there. If anybody commenting, let me go, honey. Hello, come on, King of Sheba. How you doing? Hope you've been good. I have been good, honey. Hope you've been good as well, King of Sheba. Yes, honey. Hey, Mystic, bless my sister. It was about the returns that the racists created as the cloning. They're doing. Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. And you were like, do you think that the clones not know that they're clones? There you go. Yeah, you were like, you think the clones will know they're clones? And I'm like, no, because just like I don't think the dead will know that they're dead. In the Jewish mysticism, you have a place called Sheol. And Sheol is supposed to be at the center of the earth, literally at the center of the earth. Not under the earth in the center. It's supposed to be in the direct center of the earth. And long story short, it's a place of darkness. And these beings are not even aware of the darkness that they're in. But it's not that they're dead and they don't know what's going on. They're just unconscious. So they're not aware of what they got going on. A lot of people think that Sheol is like the place known as hell. And a lot of people think that we're actually in a place called hell right now. So we are walking around unconsciously. We're not really thinking. That's not very easy to be programmed. And I'm like, I could kind of see that. Because a lot of people do go based off of trends and shit. Even if the trends are stupid, they want to get on it. And those who are spiritually awakened, we look at the fucking trends and we're like, girl, I'm not doing that trend. That shit looks stupid as heck. So yes, I think that reptilian people or people that are like clones or soulless cyborgs, I don't think they know they're cyborgs. Yeah. I don't think they would know that because if they knew they were cyborgs, they would try to end themselves. Very similar to us. Yeah, if we knew what we really were in the inside, you think that we would want to live out our life on this planet like that? And we're going to talk about the average Joe. If you really knew that you were a god or goddess in the inside and you were forever, and the only worst thing you could do is take your own life out, would you stay in here and like really go through all this shit? Or you say, bitch, let me do a reset? Like, that's what it comes down to, honey. Okay? They just finished the conclave and the world has the first American born pope. Oh, girl. Oh, yeah. Babylon. Girl, the world is ending. The world is ending, honey. Would shades and jinns instead of being part of the wish granters? No. No. Now, I will say this. King of Sheba. The genie is supposed to be the jinn, right? And the genie is a type of jinn. Okay? It is not like it has a history, right? So the genie, Aladdin, make three wishes and everything is yours type of tea. It's not good or evil. His history, his lineage is evil, but that one in particular is not. So the question that you asked would be wish granter in a sense, but not evil because shaitan or shaitan means the oppressor. It means the opposite energy. And because of ignorance, people have interchangeably used Satan and the devil, right? A good example, they call white people blonde hair or blue-eyed devil. Well, of course that's true, but it's not true because the blue-eyed devil is somebody who's operating in their lower self. Like I said, the devil is the lower self. The devil is the lower self. It's the lower aspect of yourself. It is the underworld. It's the things that's beneath the surface that are brewing. So in a sense, that's true. It is ignorance. Anybody who acts in ignorance is acting devilish, devil-like. But they're not the devil. Satan, the same thing, is the oppression energy, the oppressive energy, something that goes against the will of the greater good, the will of the greater purpose. These beings are Satan, the oppressor, like I said, going against the ebb and flow of things. And of course, going into slave masters, to a degree, because of course your teacher will be considered a slave master. Your boss will be considered a slave master. Can we talk about it? If you're a working class citizen, you're considered a slave. Okay, can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep for y'all? Okay, and so these beings are kind of, the oppressors because, of course, they're training you, they're programming you, but they're not fulfilling your free will. So they're oppressing you. They're going against the ebb and flow of your nature. Your nature is to get out and learn. Your nature is not to be stuck in a room and read a book and be taught, oh, this is what we do, this is how we do things. No, your thing is to get out into your land, see your environment, and learn from your environment. You're watching the birds, you're observing the birds. That's how you know what birds do. The scientists that we got right now, y'all, the people who know about birds and animals, the zoologists, the zoologists, and also the good shit, they don't have a manual script from God saying the blue-eyed penguin has a body mass of blah, 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 and they migrate from the north to the south only during the months of November and October. How they learned these things that they observed it. They had people who were special people who actually observed these blue-eyed penguins. So this observation of where they gain their knowledge, the same thing with us. We learn by being out in the field. We learn by being out there with what we're trying to learn about. And that's how you learn. Something that I saw a long time ago, and it's probably, well, not long, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. I think he was a monk. He said that the human brain could be conditioned, and it could be conditioned easily. Anybody at anywhere at any given time can learn anything they want to learn. They can learn anything ancient or anything futuristic, but they have to study. And how they study, they have to make the study their priority, which means if they want to learn another language, they have to study that language day in and day out. When they get free time, study language. Instead of turning on TV, study language. Instead of watching a movie, turn on language. Instead of listening to music, study language. Instead of hanging out with friends, study that language. And within a short amount of time, the longer that they do it, the quicker that they learn that language and they become proficient in that language. And this is how they become intelligent, conditioned people. And so the same thing with this. Anything you want to learn, you can learn. People just don't want to learn it because they're lazy. They don't want to put that much effort into it. They don't want to learn about different cultures, different people, because they're too lazy. They don't want to observe. They don't want to, oh, let me go into Chinatown and see how the Chinese do. And it's even more shocking when people are Christians and they only know how the Christian American or the Christian Black American operate. When Jesus was in Rome, he did things that the Romans did. Yes, it's metaphorically, but it's something you should really do. You're on this planet with all different types of cultures and people. Learn different things about different cultures respectfully. Go have Chinese food at a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown. Go to the Thai market and see what the Thai people are cooking. And even if you don't plan on shopping there, ask questions. Oh, what do you do with this? Oh, you make fish beans? Oh, that sounds so good. And keep it pushing. But you're getting down there with these people to become acquainted with these people because you're walking in their territory. And their territory is the same land that you're on. You don't own your projects. You don't own your ghettos. You don't own your city. You don't own the property that you're on. Baby, this world is everybody's world. So respectfully and humbly, you learn about their culture so that you can respect them. We're not going to go to China with titties out and shaking hands and hugging people. Okay, we're not going to go to Dubai and shit with booty shorts on, a tank top, hugging on other people's mans and shit and kissing them on the face and all that. We're going to learn the ways of Dubai and we're going to maneuver in that type of way. We're going to learn the ways of the Chinese. We're going to learn the ways of the Vietnamese. We're going to learn the ways of the Japanese. We're going to learn the ways of how these people operate. Hell, even going into this country, y'all, a lot of people get locked the fuck up because they don't want to motherfucking learn other cultures. And if you don't know, let Mystic teach you something really quickly. The law have their own culture. Police officers operate very differently from sheriffs and deputies. They also operate very different from FBI agents. Whether they are right or they're wrong, you are due to have your time in court. When you go to court in front of that judge, that's when you read this officer down. Your Honor, this faggot ass pig. That's when you read them down. When you're in their turf and their territory because they pulled you over and at that given time, bitch, whether they're public servants or not, when they pull you over, you are now in their custody, whether they're arrested you or not. You are in their custody. You're not going to sit here when you're educated enough or you're open-minded enough. Let's talk about educated, girl, because let's talk about being educated. It's called having sense. When your senses are right and you use your common sense, when an officer pull you over, you're going to follow their direction. Yes, officer. Yes, yes, go ahead. I'm not about to sit here on a dark road by myself, y'all getting pulled over by officer, reading this officer down. He got a gun, I don't. He in full control, I'm not. He gonna write the police report. As soon as he enters that ticket in, it goes to the court system. As soon as he write that ticket in, it gets into the DMV. Like, girl, it's his word against my word. I'm not about to sit here and fight him on a road. Now, what I will do is go to court and we'll have a reading session in court. Yes, the fuck we will. In that court trial, we fucking will. But privately, y'all, we're not doing that. Anybody with smarts ain't doing that. Anybody who has brains, so we're not talking about book smarts either. We're talking about spiritual senses, also known as common sense. We're not going to be sitting here fighting with, and even going into this too, because I saw a video before of a congresswoman or mayor or city woman. She always get pulled over by the same officers, and mama just be so reckless. And my gun is in my glove department, and fuck you motherfuckers a lot. I'm like, girl, why not move out of that city? Why not go to a different county if these cops keep harassing you? Or when you go to court, have proof of them harassing you to get their asses suspended and fired. Like it doesn't make sense to me how people are so book smart but they so street dumb, or they so smart but they so dumb. Like I'm not about to fight with no officer, honey, when they pull me over. There's so many times I wanted to, girl, where they act stupid as fuck. The officer like, you know why I pulled you over? Yeah, no, I don't. I'm like, well, I do, but whatever. What happened? Well, you're going 85 mile per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. And I'm like, girl, okay, I was speeding, girl. The speed limit was 60. I was going 72. And I know I was going that for sure because I looked down when I was fucking driving. I wasn't going no 85 miles per hour. But okay, put that on the ticket, bitch. That's fine. I'll fight your ass in court. That's me. Ma'am, you know why I put you over? No, I don't. Well, your windows are too dark. The tint is too dark. Oh, really? Okay. Well, okay. What do we do, officer? I've had these windows tinted for some time. Well, I'm gonna give you a fix it ticket. And I said, okay, thank you. Bam. We keep it pushing. Hey, you know why we pulled you over? No, your license plate was crooked. Oh, well, how should the license plate be? Well, it should be fastened. And okay, and then girl, of course I'll think of my ticket. I go, look, the shit is not the girl, the ticket girl, the license plate was barely like girl cricket. I'm like, whatever. Girl, when you go to court, girl, you tell them, Your Honor, this is a busy part of the road. Everybody go 80 miles per hour. If you don't believe me, have officers sit there every day and they're gonna get the ticket. They're gonna ticket somebody every day. These people go 70 plus miles per hour on that motherfucking highway. I was targeted because the officer wanted to see what these big titties are giving, Your Honor. Hello. The next thing, Your Honor, I was pulled over because my windows were tinted. Are you kidding me? Have you went outside and seen the people? People have their windshield tinted. I never knew that you could tint your fucking windshield, Your Honor. It's tinted. I think you pulled me over because he saw these big ass titties. And the officer wanted to see what was going on with these big ass titties. Oh, the next one, Your Honor. He pulled me over because my license plate was crooked. Your Honor, may I? Sure, because you got your evidence, girl. That's why they give you 90 days. Okay? You show up there, Your Honor. Exhibit A, I have a presentation right now of the license plates that I've seen. Some people don't even have license plates. Some of them have paper license plates. This car, Your Honor, has been driving around in the same area, Your Honor, right here. You see this right here? This is a paper license plate. I even took a picture of the license plate while it was bended, like the wind was blowing. It was a paper one. These people have never got a ticket. Why would I get pulled over, Your Honor, for a cricket license plate? As long as my tags are up to date and my license plate is visible, why would it matter, Your Honor? And then the judge says, you know what? Ding, 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 you're right. Dismiss. You ain't got to pay nothing. And that's what we do, girl. That's how we fight the good fight. Being in your car and they think you're a dumbass bitch or a dumbass nagata, and they pull up and you prove them that you are a dumbass nagata. Oh, girl, the shit is it's a wrap. Girl, it's a wrap, girl. It's a wrap, girl. Ma'am, it's a wrap, girl. It's a wrap, period, girl. You got to be smarter than these people, girl. Yeah, you think I'm a dumbass nagata, and girl, I'm gonna show you that I'm not, girl. Oh, ma'am, you're so behaved today, ma'am. I was gonna write you a ticket, but I'm not gonna write you one. Oh, really? Officer, what made you not want to give me a ticket? Well, I was really thinking that, yeah, you were speeding and all that, but yeah, I think tonight, you're getting saved. And of course, girl, they'd be so egotistical. Oh, really? You gonna let me go? Okay. Well, thank you so much, officer. I really appreciate you for letting me go because I really wasn't trying to speed. I was really just trying to like get out of people's way. People really be going fast here, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, boom, boom, okay, bye bye, and that's it. But that's it, girl. My interaction with officers has never passed 2 or 3 minutes. Even when I've gotten a ticket, girl, it was quick, we're done. The whole thing about, your judge, officer, what the fuck you want? Like, girl, I see these videos out here, y'all, where I'm gagging. I'm gagging. Girl, they calling the officers a fag, calling them crackers and shit. I'm like, girl, let you call me a fag or a cracker. I might also debt your ass. I might also do some shit to you, too. Arrest you and beat your ass in custody. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm being real here, honey. Let you be a black woman officer and you're a lesbian and they call you the derogatory term for a lesbian and they say nigga, the nagata, and it's a white man. Oh, girl, you're gonna say, oh, it's okay. We're locking you up. It's okay. Call me what you want. Girl, you might think twice about it. You might think twice. You might say, you know what? We're gonna go and just lock him up. Girl, But on the other side, you're like, oh, I want to fuck him up so bad. Girl, I want to elbow him. Girl, you ready to really take this motherfucker out? I'm ready to fuck him up. And that's what it comes down to, girl. Another thing be this to y'all, they be in the South calling these cops white crackers and shit. I'm not being in no racist ass state calling anybody out there. Well, first of all, I don't call people out their name anyway. Okay, I don't give a fuck who it is, what it is, how it is, girl. Because I love all people. But I'm not gonna be in the South where y'all have a lot of issues with segregation and shit, calling white officer crackers and shit. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be in the hood calling a black officer a nigata. Like, girl, make it make sense. Or negrets. Girl, make it make sense. Negrets. Am I gonna call them a negrets or am I gonna call them a nigata? Like, girl, who? Like, what? Like, I'm telling y'all be playing these roles, girl. And I'm like, girl, more power to y'all. And then y'all want to act crazy. The Bible says it is lack of knowledge that causes the people to perish. It is lack of knowledge. It's not talking about having your law knowledge. It's about knowing when to fold them and when to hold them. Baby, I don't want to hold you just much. You don't want to hold me up. And that be another thing too. A lot of times they be hiding shit. So you only mad because they caught you. That's what it is. You're mad because they caught you. Bitch, you thought you were going to get away, so you're really upset about it. And talk about, whatever. Anyway, okay, let me go. Humans only have access to 25% of their brain. Well, they said 10%. They said 10%, Jay. And I really think that it's more than that. But I think what they're trying to say subliminally, that's a code by saying that we don't really know everything. Because they know that they can train our brain. If we only know 25%, that means everybody knows 25%. So really nobody's smarter than the next person. And on top of nobody being smarter than the next person, that means that the person who is training you is trying to keep you dumb. Can we talk about it for a minute? Is that too deep? Diabolical, very diabolical, honey. An American Pope is surprising about us. I'm kind of shocked they moved on to a new Pope so fast. Well, I think the Pope has been dead for a long time. I think that the Pope has been dead. I think that they were just hiding the fact that he was dead while they put together a plan. I think that they got an American Pope. Is this a black man Pope? Can someone confirm with me if this is a black man Pope? And then on top of this, what makes the American Pope come out? Because it sounds like prophecy fulfilled. That's what this is given. Now American rule is about to mess with the whole world from economical to religion bias. And that's been who control humanity. Right. Well, I told you my sense on it. They elected this man who's currently in office to be the fall guy for the stupidity that they wanted to do. I think that whether or not Kamala or him won, it would have been the same, strategy. I just feel like with Kamala, it would have been a slower process. It would have been, well, let's only go here first. Once this is clear, let's tackle this. Once it's clear. And then there you go. With this man, he's showing you all his cards because he's the fall person. So he's like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, they hate me or not. Bitch, we're going to ban this, ban that, ban that, ban that. Girl, there's an old system that has to be destroyed, that has to be reset. When you have a constitution that was built on lies and falsehoodness, it has to go. It has to go, good or bad. Like I told you, Julie, for the trans stuff, right? It was such a small group of people that they actually had to create a standard to deal with these type of people because it was so small. And then once the smallness came about, people started creating loopholes and they started having private conversations, right? Oh, well, if they could do this, then they could do this. Because I told y'all, like 2008, 2009, up until probably 2010, you could not be on hormones unless you had like 2 years of realness experience. I mean, you had to dress up as a woman for 2 years and go see a therapist, right? And then at that point, I think in 2011, they started ushering in that you can get your ID gender mark changed if you go to your doctor to get a letter. Well, as time went on, y'all, like 2010 to 2025 is only 15 years. In the short 15 years, y'all, that's not a long time. They now went from you have to have the 2 year experience to then get a doctor from your psychologist or endocrinologist to get on hormones, to then have to be on hormones for 2 years before you can have surgery, to literally, and this is 2009, 2010, y'all, to 2011, 2012, where you can get your gender mark changed. So let's say that's already a 3 year period. To then like 2013, I believe, because that's when this gender bender person I know started getting surgery, where you could get surgery without a doctor's letter. And this is board certified doctors, girl, giving surgeons out a doctor letter. And I'm like, isn't that illegal for a doctor to perform surgery on a man to make him a woman? And there's no proof that he's actually a man or a trans or anything. Like, girl, that threw me off. And this was 2013, y'all. No, I take it back. That was 2015. So that's already like 5 years, y'all. Where I'm like, how did this gay boy get breast implants? Like, wait, what? Like, girl, 5 years ago, you have to like go through the whole process. Now, mind you, girl, this is not public knowledge. When you looked it up or you called other doctors, they still told you. I think in 2014, when I first had my first surgical procedure, I went to a Muslim doctor. And during that time, allegedly, if you were trans, you had to have a letter from your doctor, endocrinologist, saying that you were on hormones for 2 years. Y'all, this is 2014. That's 9 years ago. No, that's 11 years ago. 2014, 11 years ago. That you had to have you had to have a letter from your doctor stating that you have been on hormones for 2 years. Your hormones have done the whatever that you've done at this point. But my doctor, Dr. Maborg, shout out to Dr. Maborg, he said, I'm like, respectfully, I'm going to perform this procedure for you because like I knew you were like, I did not know you were trans. Because he was talking about going underneath the boobs so the milk duct does not get damaged and stuff. And so I was like, wait, why does that matter though, baby? I'm not breastfeeding. But either way, so this man, he knew shit. And he was like, I'm going to do it because you seem very sane. I had a conversation with you. Nothing was abnormal about it. Blah, blah. So he kind of went off the books, y'all, when he gave me my breast implants. He went off the books because a lot of girls are going down to Florida to get their surgery done from the black market dentist from Europe. Honey, who's been sued since 1972 several times because he was the only doctor willing to perform the surgeries on the girls without a doctor letter. So you had a lot of cross-dressers, gender benders, getting their surgery on it. And I'm not clowning in on that. I'm just saying, I'm a girl who did it the right way, all the way. Can we talk about it? Hello. And so either way, what ended up happening was that was 2014, y'all, 2015, when this gay boy got breast implants. And then it went from that to they stopped asking hormone therapy. So I was like, oh, they finding loopholes and shit, right? And then I think 2017 came. And that's when I was like, girl, what is going on in the spiritual community? Because I'm seeing a lot of these gay boys getting breast implants and stuff. What's going on? And then that's when the non-binary shit was introduced. And they said it was introduced in 2016. But I was like, we didn't really see it until 2017 like that. And so even before that, I didn't even see trans men on Grindr or any of that, y'all. These are all gay boy shit. And that was it, girl. And then they had websites for lesbian studs. And then all of a sudden the trans men start showing up. 2017. And then I came out and I told you, I said the gay LGBT community has been infiltrated by agents who are pretending to be like us to fuck up our rights. And I was like, this is kind of scary. And this is 2017. I said this, y'all, publicly on here. And of course, people started coming for me. It's like, oh, girl, you're hateful towards the gays. And I'm like, girl, wait, what? Like, I'm so confused here. Are you a part of the agents? Are you an agent that's here to infiltrate the LGBT center community? And that was 2017, y'all. Going back, y'all, 2017, 2018, 2019. 2019 is when we really start seeing an influx of the non-binary bearded women, bald women that still act like women, but they want to be called him, their, she's, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, girl, what's really going on? And so I really knew then. I was like, oh, girl, they're about to fuck some shit up. Well, like I told y'all, I was like, it's unfortunate. And I said that then, I would say it now, that it's unfortunate that collectively we all represent each other and they have to shut it all down. They cannot make it to where, because that would be a considered discrimination. They cannot make it. If the LGBT is its own little community, they cannot make it to where, okay, we're only going to allow The trans people who went to A, B, C, D, G, did not to do this. The other people, you got to go back. No, girl, they have to shut it all down to prove a point. And like I said, innocent casualties will be affected, y'all. Go back to my 2020-2021 video. I said, what is to come? It's going to be casualties and innocent people affected, but we're going to be good. This is what we're motherfucking are seeing now. So as I said, I'm not upset about what's going on in the motherfucking office because we should have been upset when we saw these clowns and shit doing the fuck they were doing. When we saw these people going into GameStops and shit and fighting with people for calling it what the fuck it was. If you really are what you say you are, present yourself as that. And no, you don't have to be passive, but if you're not passable, let it be. I met one person years ago who said it. If somebody, I'm not okay with people calling me a he, but if somebody clocked me for being whatever, I'm going to be okay with it. I'm not going to fight them. And that's how it should be. If you feel like you are a female and someone's clocked your T respectfully, you're going to keep it pushing because, bitch, you're not here to predatorial or you're not here to prey on them. When you are doing predatorial behaviors, when you are a wolf in sheep clothing and somebody call that out, you become offensive. You want to fight people for it. And that's just what it becomes. And so that's what we have been experiencing for the past 4 years. And really the past 2 years are wolves in sheep's clothing. People who don't fully give off their best effort, never really give off their best foot, wait until they're 32 years old to transition. When we've been talking about transition and trainings, girls, since the motherfucking 90s. Can we talk about it? Who went until 30 or 40 after they had like 50 or 90 kids, 19 marriages and shit. They done married 7 women, had 20 kids, and all of a sudden they want to be a woman. Those are the ones that are fighting for being called ma'am and not sir. So I'm like, bro, I'm not mad for Donald Trump for passing this shit. Even if I'm affected by the laws, I'm okay with that. Because for one, bitch, you're not going to take with me for being a human. So I'm okay with that. For two, you are going to teach the ones who are so hung up over on it, though. I just want the title of being a trans person. I just want the title of having that experience. Me being who I am is not defined by a law. It's not defined by rules. It's not defined by words. It's not defined by terminology. If you are who you are who you are for you. You not are who you are for the world. I did not transition for the world to prove a point to be the baddest, the haddest, the sexiest, the prettiest. I didn't transition for that. That's pageantry. That's gay man needing validation in their female experience type of tea. If you really are who you say you are, which is a woman, then girl, act that way, be that way, and you're okay with that way behind doors. Publicly, you don't have to be considered that. You're going to live your best life how you are. And also you're going to present yourself how you say you're presenting. Well, you don't give a fuck about if your beard is showing. You don't give a fuck about if people clocking a T. Girl, but you're upset about people misgendering you. Oh, girl, bye. That's a mental illness, girl. That's not even a gender dysphoria. That's a mental illness. That's a mental motherfucking illness. Bitch, if you spook my tea because I came out, doing whatever, girl, being pre-op, I didn't tug, or girl, you saw anything that clocked me as being male. Oh, girl, I'm not going to fight you for that. I'll be like, oh, they clocked it and keep it pushing. No, I got to teach them a lesson and they called me out. Girl, bye. Like, bitch, you're mentally ill. And you're the reason why they think we're all mentally ill and why they all want to fuck us up. So like I said, I'm okay with what is to come. It's unfortunate, but we should have been doing the same thing when we start giving these people these accolades. When Bruce Jenner, aka Caitlyn Jenner, won Woman of the Year, we should have been upset about that. When these TikToker people, perverted people at Disneyland, sucking on ice cream sickle with balls and shit, talking about this is the penis, this is the balls, and it's going to be inverted, and kids in the background playing. Y'all wasn't pissed off at that bullshit? Bitch, I don't give a fuck what Donald Trump is doing to the trainings. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, do it. I'm for it. Do it, honey. Ban it, ban it, ban it, ban it. Who gives a fuck? You want to fight, fight. Let's fight. Let's fight, bitch. Who gives a fuck? Ban it. Ban the shit, bruh. Go back to it. Ban it. I don't give a fuck. Bye. Fuck about that. Bye, 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 bye. Anywho, let me go, y'all. Gotta go. Love and light, y'all. twospiritmystic.blogspot.com. twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, y'all. We will be revamping. We will be rebranding. We will be allowing the spirit to come on in and maneuver and do things and show us the things that need to be shown. We will allow God's will to be done in all wills and all accounts. We will allow the spirit to move the way that it wants to move. And whatever is to come, baby, if you've been operating on the light, you will manifest in the light. Let's get into it. Anyway, y'all, bye for now. Love and light. Good seeing you, Julie V. Good seeing you, King of Sheba. And also those of you who are lurking in the shadow. Hello! I always say there's 9 people up in here, girl. Y'all over there lurking in the shower, girl, and we love it. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now, y'all. Okay, loving light, loving truth. Yeah.